The negotiations have stopped. Players have left the table and they are in small clusters talking about how to take things forward.
The US is very committed to relieving the economic isolation of the Turkish Cypriot community.
The Turks may be willing to do some sort of exchange deal for NATO-EU forces.
There's just no need for the troops anymore. They're not securing anyone's safety. You know, if anything, they're fueling the conflict.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, could we call the delegations to the table, please? Welcome to the continuing round of talks aimed towards the continued search for a solution of the long-running dispute between the two communities on the island of Cyprus.
It is the opinion firmly of the European Union that the island of Cyprus has entered the European Union as a whole. The Annan Plan did provide a full framework and a timeline, and therefore I'd like to object. We cannot possibly have two separate entities.
The recognition of Cyprus is not a solution. We invite EU to look from a broader perspective.
I think this is an issue which we must get to grips with, so I'm going to propose that the delegates take a 5-minute discussion break.
The problem that the EU is having is that they're forgetting that they admitted Cyprus as a whole, and yet they treat Northern Cyprus as a separate entity, and that's got to end.
But Russia can make use of the base.
Russia can make use of one of the bases.
No, it's a trade-off. The Russians have now to offer something, and the US, I believe.
Demilitarization for both sides.
Both sides, huh?
They are doing it under Greek Cypriot
the island as a whole.
As far as our position is concerned, their interpretation of their own law is completely flawed.
The Russian Federation is considering trading with the Turkish Cypriot community. This does not entail a recognition of a separate government.
Do we have a general consensus on the opening of the ports with UN monitors? Thank you. Let's move on to the second item on the agenda, as our time is precious.
We are not in favor of piecemeal approach, but in a comprehensive manner. We're against the use of Turkish troops as a bargaining chip in the negotiations. They're a precondition for peace.
I think we have reached an impasse. Now you agree on parts, they don't agree, and vice versa. Try to work a little bit. It is quite difficult for us to accept the removal of the Turkish troops.
I would like to tell Mr. Denktaş that a comprehensive settlement it's not a commodity, it comes in stages.
I think now at this particular stage we have to adjourn this particular meeting. Today we have managed to agree on a plan to reopen the ports, and we have achieved some consensus on the issue of demilitarization, though of course there are some minor details that will require ironed out. Thank you.